Good evening. It's Monday night, August 20th, 2018. The Giants head to Citi Field, and after 13 innings of torture and very low scoring, the Giants snap a four-game losing streak. Giants win it 2-1 in 13 innings on Monday, August 20th, in Game 1 of a four-game series. This is Giants Roundup. You can follow on Twitter, join the Crook and Kite page on Facebook. Most importantly, please be kind and hit that subscribe button. It ain't pretty, but it's a win. And it should help boost Andrew McCutchen's trade value. If you haven't heard, he has been placed on revocable trade waivers as of today. So he will probably clear the waiver process at some point in time. Certainly, I think Philadelphia could be a team in the running for the services of Andrew McCutchen. Let's get on to tonight's game first. And these are two teams that are kind of mirror images of each other, that are mostly veteran rosters, and the Mets are in the same situation as the Giants, where they are mostly a veteran roster that's looking to tear it down to the bolts after this year. The Mets would get the scoring done early with a double by Wilmer Flores. It would be 1-0 Mets, top of the first. After that, Kermit, Derek Holland settles down, and good outing out of him. 5 innings, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. I'll take that anytime. Former Giant prospect Zach Wheeler was also excellent on the mound tonight. Strikes out 10 in 7 innings pitch, allows 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk. But the Giants would break through in the top of the 7th with a double by Allen Hansen. It scores Brandon Crawford 1-1. And this would be the score until we get to the 13th inning. The Giants' bullpen was excellent despite the appearance of Derek Law, who actually wasn't too bad for once. Mark Melancon, 2 solid innings tonight. Reyes Maranta, excellent. Will Smith, good. Sam Dyson, really good 1-2-3 inning. Dyson could be the next to go on revocable waivers tonight. We'll see. But I think Dyson and McCutchen, they really did a great job showcasing themselves for revocable waivers. And then Crawford would get the game winner on safe on an error by Smith. And that would be your final score of 2-1, despite the bats just going ice cold tonight for the Giants. Buster Posey, 1 for 6. Andrew McCutchen, 1 for 5. Evan Longoria, 1 for 5. 0 for 3 from Duggar, 1 for 5 from Hansen. 2 runs on 8 hits. But mercifully, the Mets were just a little bit worse. 1 run, 8 hits. And the number of runners left on base combined was 19. 9 by the Giants, 10 by the Mets tonight. So that normally does not translate to good baseball there. And now the Giants go to 62-64 on the year. And at this point, I think the playoffs are pretty much out of the question. And the Giants did make a roster move. They sent down Ray Black for a breather in AAA. This is not a surprise. Ray Black's kind of been struggling as of late, so hopefully a breather down in AAA will help him out. And as you saw, Derek Law was the one called up. We'll see what will be the next roster move tomorrow. Chris Stratton is on the taxi squad. He will start tomorrow for the Giants. Maybe Andy Suarez gets a breather in Sacramento. We'll see, or goes to Richmond for a couple days and then rejoins the Giants back in San Francisco. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully tomorrow, Chris, and that will likely be your starter for tomorrow's game. See if they've announced it yet. Yes, it is going to be Chris Stratton against Steven Matz. That is your starter for tomorrow. And Stratton's kind of been pitching better as of late in Sacramento, so all I ask for Stratton is get 5-6 innings. That's all I care. And it looks like he's been working with Vogie, so hopefully Vogelsong's will help with his mechanics. And he didn't look the last couple starts in Sacramento. It seems like maybe he's got his mechanics right, so I'm hoping it will translate back up here. And hopefully it will translate to a quality start for Chris Stratton. Especially with Andy Suarez really needing a breather at this point. And after tonight, they're going to need 6 or 7 innings out of Stratton. He cannot, if he struggles early, he might just be stuck in there to be hung out to dry. So that totally would not be a surprise. And as you saw earlier, it looks like Andrew McCutchen will be on, it has been placed on revocable trade waivers. We'll see if he clears trade waivers or not. But I think the first team that could look to claim him could be, I think, Philadelphia. The Phillies could be a good match for Andrew McCutchen. You got the St. Louis Cardinals who need outfielding help. And then if he goes into the AL unclaimed, you could see Houston claim him. You could see Cleveland claim him off of waivers. But we will see what happens here. But at some point in time this week, McCutchen will be on his way to a contender, and I wish him a lot of luck. He tried his best, but I think it's for him. It's best to go play for a contender and hopefully help them make a World Series push somewhere. So, best of luck to Andrew McCutchen wherever he ends up getting claimed to. I think Sam Dyson, that's going to be another one who may not be too far behind. He looked really great tonight. I certainly think the sinker ball, there's going to certainly be some teams looking for a sinker baller at this point. And I think it's great that the Giants have finally kind of given up on the season and have waved the white flag. But what's the downside is there's not going to be a lot of impact call-ups coming up in September. Chris Shaw is hurt right now. I don't know if he's going to be called up now in September. We'll see how long he's on injury. And then another guy who could be, I think Tyler Rogers. That's definitely one who's going to be added to the 40-man roster. He's definitely got that funky submarine delivery. I would like to see how that submariner does in the show here in September. But other than that, it's mostly going to be retreads coming up in September. And hopefully we will get some prospects that are maybe getting close to major league level. I don't expect anything more than a C-level, B-level prospect back for Andrew McCutchen, but if we can get maybe another decent pitching prospect back for McCutchen, that's all I ask. Same thing with Sam Dyson. And then depending on where the Giants finish here the next few weeks, this is going to be a very interesting offseason. I think this is going to be one of the more difficult off seasons coming up for the Giants in a very long time. And who knows? I don't think anybody's safe from being traded at this point. We could be seeing our last month of Mad Bum. We could be seeing our last month of a lot of these core players. But I think tomorrow But I think realistically, I don't know why why Bochy keeps insisting on playing Alan Hansen in left field. He struck out 3 times tonight. He went 1 for 5. I'd really like to see Austin Slater out in the outfield more. I really would. I'd like to see Austin Slater in the lineup a lot more than he's used, and that's one thing about Bochy. I really don't understand his stubbornness of playing Austin Slater this year. Yeah, he's hitting 264, but he's got some. He's not a power bat, but he does make contact. I'd like to see Austin Slater get played some more often than I'd like. Then Panic, he could get a night off tomorrow. He went 0 for 6. You could argue that maybe Brandon Crawford could get a rest tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. Crawford's really been struggling as of late. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing Hansen play short tomorrow night, if anything. We'll see if Posey gets a day off. Posey's likely not going to be catching tomorrow. Tomorrow will probably be Nick Hundley after going 13 innings. And that's going to be another question here coming this offseason. Do you really want Buster Posey catching anymore in a full-time capacity? I think the answer may be no. I think maybe it's time to bring in free agent catcher next year as a bridge until Joey Bart's ready to go. And I think maybe time to slide Buster Posey to first base. If you can find the right trade partner for Brandon Belt, we'll see what happens there. But I don't think Belt's going to be here longer than next season, so we'll see what happens with that. I think, honestly, Posey needs to be playing first base next year. He's had a great run as a catcher. Bring in somebody like Wilson Ramos for a year or two. And then when Joey Bart's ready, it's going to be Joey Bart's time in the squat. That's really realistically where the Giants need to be, is figuring out who's going to be playing catcher next year. That's actually maybe one of the call-ups I'm kind of looking forward to seeing in September is Aramis Garcia. I'm kind of curious to see if Aramis Garcia can give the Giants hope, as in terms of a bridge at maybe Aramis Garcia be a bridge at catcher next season. Maybe you go with a combination of Hundley and Garcia at catching and having Buster Posey play first base next year. We'll see what happens with that, but I think going into September now, maybe you really cut back Posey starts at catcher. If I were Bochy, I'd play Hundley most of September, maybe mix in a little bit of Aramis Garcia, and for the most part, start the transition to first base for Buster Posey during the month of September. But this is just a good win. Granted, the bats weren't great tonight, but neither are the Mets bats. And there's questions about Mickey Callaway. There's rumors in Queens that Mickey Callaway could be one and done with the Mets. But also they're starting to come out and say he's safe for next season. But this is a Mets team that's probably going to have to tear it down to the bolts. I think Todd Frazier will probably be gone. Maybe they'll try to find a taker for Jay Bruce this offseason. I totally wouldn't be surprised if this Mets team looks a whole lot different next year. But the Giants do get the win, and now they're 62-64. Mets fall to 54-70 on the season, with two teams with a lot more questions than answers. Now it's just on to tomorrow night. Let's do the MLB Roundup for tonight. In Toronto, the Orioles lose to the Blue Jays 5-3, taking the win. Marco Estrada taking the loss. Andrew Cashner. Craig Gentry goes 3 for 4 for the Orioles tonight. In Pittsburgh, the Braves edge the Pirates 1-0. Taking the win is Bryce Wilson. Taking the loss, Chris Archer, who only goes 4 innings tonight for the... Hello, Azofra. How's it going tonight? And Archer only goes 4 innings for the Pirates tonight. So, and Johan Camargo goes 3 for 3 for the Braves tonight. I wonder if Archer left the game early. Oh, he hurt his leg. Yeah, so Chris Archer left the game with a leg injury after 4 innings pitched. My night's good. I'm glad the Giants got a win. And then in Boston tonight, the Indians beat the Red Sox 5-4, taking the win. Corey Kluber taking the loss. Rick Porcello, who surrenders 5 earned, 6 strikeouts in 7 innings pitched. Melky goes 2 for 3, hits his 5th home run of the year. In Tampa Bay, the Rays beat the Royals 1-0, taking the win. Ryan Yarborough taking the loss. Jorge Lopez and Lopez surrenders only 1 earned in 5 innings pitched. Just tough luck tonight. And Malik Smith goes 2 for 3 for the Rays. Kevin Kiermaier goes 3 for 4 for Tampa. And in Minneapolis, the White Sox beat the Twins 8-5. Taking the win, Lucas Giolito. Taking the loss, Steven Gonsalves. And it was not a good return to Minnesota tonight. Surrenders 4 earned in 1 1/3 innings pitched. And Gonsalves gets bounced in the 2nd inning of the start. Alan Busenitz, an unearned run in 2 2/3 innings pitched. Trevor May, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched. Tiago Vieira, 2 earned in 1 inning pitched for the White Sox tonight. In Milwaukee, the Brewers beat the Reds 5-2, taking the win. Chase Anderson taking the loss. Homer Bailey, go! 1-11 on the year. And I think they are going to be talking about a buyout for Homer Bailey this offseason. And maybe some team could look for a rehabilitation project in Homer Bailey. Jesus Aguilar goes 3 for 4 for the Brewers. Jared Hughes surrenders 2 earned in 2 2/3 of an inning pitched. And games currently in progress right now. The Oakland Raiders lead the Dallas Cowboys 7-0 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Marcus Semien going 3 for 3. Ramon Laureano going 2 for 3. Steven Piscotty 2 for 3 for the A's. And Mike Fiers' pitch has been lights out tonight for the A's, only surrendering 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched for the A's. Bartolo Colon, not a good night, 7 earned in 10 and 10 hits allowed in 5 innings pitched. And Laureano hits his first major league home run tonight for the Oakland A's. And Chris Davis, his 37th home run for the A's this season, as the A's continue to take care of business. The Astros currently leading the Mariners 4-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Marwin Gonzalez going 3 for 3 for the Astros tonight. And King Felix, 4 earned in 5 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. Garrett Cole, 3 runs, 2 earned in 5 innings pitched for the Astros as of right now. And the other game currently in progress, the LA Dodgers currently losing to the St. Louis Cardinals 3-0. Matt Carpenter going 2 for 3. Jose Martinez 2 for 3. Brian Dozier 1 for 2. Justin Turner 1 for 1. And Alex Wood pulled after 4 innings pitched. 3 earned runs allowed by Wood. Austin Gombert, 4 scoreless innings, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. And that sums it up for tonight. So if the Dodgers lose tonight, they will fall they will fall 2.5 games back with a loss tonight. And tonight, down on the farm, no games tonight on the farm. Let's see if the let's see the standings as of right now. Currently, Boston holding a 9-game lead over the Yankees at 88 and 38 on the year. The Yankees a 4-game lead in the first wild card. And let's see if they've mathematically been. And Baltimore's tragic number is 1 as in terms of being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Kansas City is 2 games away from being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. And then Cleveland just running away with the division at this point. And Oakland currently holding the second wild card. Seattle 3.5 back of the wild card. Houston in first place at 75 and 49 on the season. Currently in the NL, Atlanta holds a 1-game lead over Philadelphia in a very tight race in the NL East. Philadelphia currently holding the second wild card. Milwaukee with the first wild card. Chicago currently has a 3-game lead over Milwaukee in the NL Central. And St. Louis, don't look, they're just 4 back of the division, a half a game out of the wild card. Pittsburgh falling out of it. In the NL West, Arizona with a half-game lead over Colorado. Colorado currently tied for the second wild card with Philadelphia. So at this moment in time, Philadelphia and Colorado would have a 1-game playoff to decide the second wild card, with LA just a game and a half back. And it's going to get exciting as we are heading into the month of September. Giants may not be in it, but still there will be plenty of playoff baseball to be going around. And if the Giants can't make it, I will root for their cross Bay buddies, the Oakland A's. I hope they can make a playoff run here with the lowest payroll in baseball. So to me, if the Giants can't do it, why not the Oakland A's this year? Everybody have a great night. We will see you tomorrow.